and they have like for the first time ever a meeting between all of these gang members. There's like hundreds of them, and there's this guy. He's speaking to him like he's like the second coming of Jesus Christ, and everyone is loving it. Okay, but someone in the crowd shoots him, and then the movie is about the Warriors, who are a gang, and they end up getting framed for murdering this guy. So they have to run all the way back to their territory so that they're safe. But meanwhile, the whole movie, they're getting chased by all the various gangs in the city.
Yeah, I love the idea of carving the state into territories.
Same.
You know what I mean? I feel like it was my favorite part of the South Side, is everybody had a territory. You know, I would wake up every goddamn morning, get out of my lower half of the bunk bed, walk outside with a shotgun. A cop came on my street, I fucking dealt with them.
Yeah. Man, look, I know how these guys operate. Yeah, they're gonna say, they could say one thing to our face, and then, you know, just not do it or do something completely opposite. And I just have to figure out a way to appeal to them in such a way that they know they're gonna come out on top, because ultimately they will come out on top. But it's not gonna feel like that immediately, right?
Yes. I think it's over the thing that we need to be able to articulate to them, and I get why you debate the whole plan coming out, is the end goal with our end plan benefits them greatly.
Yep.
And they might not see that from the initial discussion, because they might be too short-sighted to see that, or we're not revealing that fully, right? So
I don't know. I'll think about it. Ideally, man, if we could just have a meeting between all these gang members, or at least the leaders, and just be like, hey,
I think that's the way to do it. That's I think the way is to have the leaders present. I think that's easier to organize, and there's less heads. I mean, there's less people talking over each other. And let's be real, in cartels and united cartels of countries, it's the leaders of the territory speaking, not every member of the organization, because let's be real, there'd be way more drama.
Yep. It's important to make these guys feel like once again, I'm phrasing it like this isn't the case, but they have to know that they're going to come out on top. And I don't know. I'll think about it. I love Mr. K. Mr. K loves me. I love Rudy. Rudy loves me. I love Dex. Dex loves me. Lang's the other half, or you're the other half. Oh, sorry, sir. Sorry.
You got a Band-Aid?
No, I don't.
All right, well, you... So typically, I punch a motherfucker back, but, you know, God forbid I knock you off the goddamn mountain.
Yep. So, I guess that's in the works. It's so risky, knowing that maybe one of them just runs their mouth. That's why I would...
Yeah.
Ideally, because I consider myself kind of like, I don't know, a man of the people. You know, I would love it. I would love that meeting to be every single member from every fucking gang, just like that scene from the Warriors. But we can't afford to be that out in the open about this right now.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. But all right, I think we're about caught up.
Yeah, I think we're basically squared away.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think everything's going really well from my office's perspective, and I'm also, my deputy mayor brought it up to me, and I got judges on board for it. I'm going to bring in Nino as an advisor, and that man can convince people of what we want like nobody else.
Yeah, I met him. He's very soft-spoken.
Nino?
Oh, sorry. I thought you said you know.
No, Nino. I'm going to bring him on. The judges aren't opposed to it as an advisor/consultant, and being able to use him to articulate these things to get all DOJ, PD, and civilians to back us is going to be huge.
Yep.
Me and Nino, how me and Nino grew as tight as we did. We were out here making no money, and we basically came up with a security scam and turned it into a giant business.
Pegasus?
Yep.
Damn.
Started out as a scam. Yeah. No, I think we're pretty good here. But that's kind of what that's all I wanted to say though. Is I'm all for it. I'm super for it, but I don't want to. I don't want to hurt my family.
Yeah, just remember what I said as well. There's literally no one else that would be better for it. And I wish I could say, look, I don't want you to die or get fucking locked up, right? But I mean, at the end of the day,
I mean,
we're in this for the cause, right?
Yeah, exactly. Nobody wants to die. Nobody wants to get locked up for fucking life. But, I mean, let's be real. The thing that sucks for people like me and you is we got to get lucky every time, where the cops just got to get lucky once.
Yep.
And you're back in the hole.
Yep. But if there's a God out there, it sounds like he really wants this coup d'etat to happen. I'm gonna sleep in a bush.
All right. Sounds good.
I'll see you around El Presidente.
Hey, Mac. Glad to have met you after fucking all this time.
Yeah, I feel like it is a cosmic tragedy we did not meet before this point.
I think so too. I think you really hit the nail on the head that we really could have been fucking brothers. It's fucking not wild how we think.
Yep.
So, all right. I'm gonna continue to get people on our side.
Good luck.
All right. Hell yeah.
Announcement? Yep, it's announcement time. And it's not all good news, Twitch chat. I want to get on the roof. I enjoyed my last 5 years. I'm not stopping streaming Twitch chat. I'm not switching platforms. Okay. So, how long have I been partnered on Twitch? How long? Does anyone know? Isn't it 6 years or 5 years? Over 5 years. I'm not going to Mixer Twitch chat. Mixer's dead. All right. This is something that has given me a lot of stress and anxiety, and something I've struggled with for a long time. Something that I've argued with or about. As it stands now, sorry, I'm getting a little emotional. You guys know me, okay? I have always wanted, and the only reason that I stream is to interact with people who watch my stream. And this is something that I've always done, and my best friend in the whole world will tell you that, because and honestly, it's probably his fault, because, I'd be playing, like, I don't know, on PS1, like a fucking JRPG or some shit, and I'd ask him if he'd want to play something. He's like, nah, I don't mind watching. And ever since that point, it's been like an addiction for me, right? To broadcast myself playing video games. Very specific addiction. And when I joined Twitch, there was no delay between streamer and chat. People were talking instantly, and it was a very interactive experience for the streamer, for the viewers, right? And then the delay happened, and it was like, I think I was still streaming Overwatch at the time, but there was like a mandatory 7 or 8 second delay between stream and chat, some shit. And that shit was fucking awful. And then maybe 2 years ago, they made the low latency mode. But most importantly, at some point, I heard somebody. Amazon bought Twitch, which sucks dick, because that kind of heralded the end of the like OG live streaming era. And by no means am I an OG, because there were people streaming like Chance started streaming like before 2010. I'm pretty sure stuff. And I knew, like, this was always my fear, was that it would become too corporate. And that's the best way to sum it up. It would become too corporate, and that it wouldn't feel as authentic as it did when I started. So in order to, here's the kicker, okay, for me, and the scary thing for me too, is every stream, regardless of length of subscription, or partnership, not subscription, every single stream has pre-roll ads, every single one. And that fucking blows dick. And honestly, it's like the worst possible ad that could ever be served, because it makes people immediately just like click off your stream. They're like, fuck this, you know, I don't want to see this, so on and so forth. And I don't want to say that I predicted that, because I didn't. But I mean, that's kind of like always like the foreboding sense that I had as things progressed after Twitch got purchased. It always felt like there was just going to be like a crackdown almost. I don't know how else to describe it. And the crackdown has happened, and it very well could continue to happen. And I've had a lot of long conversations with my wife, with my friends, and with you guys occasionally. And in order to protect myself in the future as someone who streams on Twitch, as well as to be able to provide a future for my son, for my wife, or any other kids that I might decide to have, I am going to be signing a contract with Twitch that will be running 3 minutes of ads per hour. That's it. And subscribers won't see those ads. And unfortunately, that does not disable pre-roll ads. But it fucking sucks dick, because, you know, I love people who subscribe to me, and I think it's great. But it sucks fucking ass for people that cannot afford to subscribe, because when I started watching Twitch and when I got addicted to Twitch to start, I didn't have any money. Okay, I used streams to escape my reality at that time. And you know, obviously I had ways to not see the ads to begin with at that time, so it wasn't really an issue if that streamer that I was watching was running ads, right? But yeah. And it feels like I have failed, I guess. But and I don't want to blame anyone else, because I understand wanting to, you know, make as much money as you can. And I understand the sentiment. that it's a temporary profession. And, you know, I heard that shit a lot when I started. Was, you know, like, when's the bubble gonna pop? When are people gonna stop streaming? Because, you know, like, maybe like DMCA or whatever, like, eventually, like, there's gonna be a bubble that pops, right? But it never happened because those cunts were wrong. But most importantly, I would not have accepted this deal if it did not mean that I would be able to give back. And I've got a couple of ideas as they pertain specifically to the revenue that I will earn as a result of running those ads, because I will be making money off of that. But more importantly, the money that I will be getting, which I can't tell you how much it is, unfortunately, and that's another thing that sucks dick. I can't tell you guys the specifics of these contracts, but the only thing that will impact anybody is that non-subscribers will be getting 3 minutes of ads per hour. That's it. However, I wouldn't have accepted this deal if the person that came to me to talk about it, and I 2 other times I have met with somebody from Twitch, or should I say Amazon, who was completely disinterested, didn't know shit about me, and it was really, and that didn't help. But this time around, someone who watched my shit and understood what I was about, I had the fortune of talking to, and they specifically approached me about the Game Jam stuff, which was great, because that's one of my favorite parts of my stream. And I mean, long story short, I'm just gonna say it. It's gonna be a quarterly thing. And I gotta work on getting that organized. And by default, courtesy of Twitch.tv, the prize pool for Game Jam, which was going to be 10,000, you know, when we do it on the 3rd, and it's going to be much more than that this time around. I'm aiming for 30,000 for my choice and chat's choice, maybe less, a little bit. I gotta talk to my wife. But the base prize pool for the quarterly Game Jam, I believe, is going to be 20,000 total. So 80,000 for the year. And by default, and this is money that I would be... See, like, I don't know what I can tell you guys. Long story short, it might end up being more than that, because I might throw my money in too, right? So it might not be uncommon for these quarterly Game Jams to have like a, you know, a total prize pool of like $40,000 each time. Like that's my base goal. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I would never have accepted that kind of deal had that not been like on the table. And I fought for the ad volume that I'm going to be running. I fought for that, and it's on the low end too, because no one fucking likes ads. It is so bullshit, dude. But yeah, I've been struggling with this a while, and ultimately it boils down to me knowing that I can use this as an opportunity to, because like there are motherfuckers who make these games who've got like college debt that they could use, like, you know, maybe they're in school for fucking making video games, you know, and then boom, they win $20,000 on Game Jam. Boom, that's like a significant portion of their debt just gone if they choose to spend it that way. It's I don't want to call it a life-changing amount of money, but it is enough money that it would make that person much more comfortable, right? I forgot what I was saying. That's the gist of it. Subscribers won't see them. Savvy people won't see them. And I don't... It sucks. Because I love streaming. I do. And it feels like, I don't know, I've had a lot of thoughts about the nature of, like, you know, my main source of revenue being from subscribers, right? In essence, how is that any better than taking money from, instead, like, a giant company that will not miss that small pittance of money, right? And at the end of the day, I decided, it's hard to articulate what I'm thinking right now. Basically, there's a difference between running a sponsorship and, you know, having a partnership contract with the website that hosts my content, which my content is not going to change at all. I have no obligation to do shit. But with, like, a sponsor, and this is what always sat wrong with me, because it never felt genuine, right? It never feels genuine. And that's kind of like authenticity has always been something that I held in high esteem in, like the music that I listen to, or the people that I know. So I've always had, like, a hardline stance against sponsorships, and that bleeds over into advertisements. And at the end of the day, like, even my stance on sponsors has changed, like, as I've streamed. Because there are people like my good friend Surefor, who is not lucky enough to have as many subscribers as me. He's got a banner on his stream. You know, that doesn't make him a shitty person. That makes him someone who wants to have money to survive on in the future, right? And at the end of the day, the question is, how is it not more moral, in quotes, for lack of a better word, to make these big companies or game development companies or whoever is shilling out these sponsorships, how is it not more moral to just take money from them and never have anyone subscribe to you, right? So it's like a constant battle. And at the end of the day, I think the thing that did not sit well with me is that I valued the time and impression that the people who tune into my stream had of me and the time that they had. Because they don't want to tune into my stream. They want to see me doing what I want to do and having fun doing that instead of, you know, just being there to support me if I'm trying to do a sponsorship, right? I don't know. It's a very complicated subject. And at the end of the day, I don't know. It feels like a failure, but at the end of the day, it wasn't even my... And, like, I've given my opinions about sponsors for a long time over the years. And it felt like a failure because I did not... It's gonna sound... It sounds really naive when I say it out loud, that I wasn't able to convince other people to do the same as me, that had as much as I did in the space, to be like, you know what, I don't want to do that, or I don't need to do this, or I don't know. So I did it for my kid, I did it for my wife, and I did it for the people who are going to be participating in our community events, namely the Game Jam. I did it for the people that I will be giving money to for tournaments that I'm going to run again in the future. Probably like new games that come out that are kind of like hype and people want to watch that shit, like the Smash tournament, for example. And that's it. Not strive. I mean, like in the future, I guess. I am shirtless. But that's because it's like 85 degrees in my office. $50K Tag Pro tournament? You're not even... Oh, yeah, you are subscribed. It's just not showing your badge. Yeah, we're never doing a Tag Pro tournament again because you guys called in ringers. Like the 10 people that played Tag Pro. The Pro Tag Pro players. Kinda fucked. Wish you'd grow out of this anti-sellout mentality, make money, pussy. Bro, think about it, okay? I don't know. I don't think I'll ever grow out of that. I don't think I will ever grow out of that. And I wasn't forced to sign this contract. Honestly, I haven't even signed it yet. It just makes sense that in the future, down the line, you know, if I've got a contract that says that I only need to run 3 minutes of ads, and then all of a sudden, boom, there are people that have to run like 5 or 6 minutes of ads, regardless, as a result of like a revised contract that makes them have to do that, then I can use my contract as leverage to have a lesser ad volume, because the way that it looks right now is that it's only gonna get more corporate. So I don't know. It's always looked like that. And the shit that the fucking bugs me the most is I can't tell you guys the specifics of the contract itself. And honestly, the stuff that I was able to tell you, that's like the main part of it anyway. The best part is the Amazon doesn't even make a profit on Twitch. And well, first of all, I don't know if that's true. Second of all, that would be a good argument for making people by contract have to run those ads by default, wouldn't it? So, yep. Wouldn't they want to make profit? Omega Punkers. Up. Hassan already agreed to a 1 minute ads every hour months ago. Yeah, and honestly, I wish that I hadn't been too arrogant to do that myself. Because like I said, this is not the first time I've been approached. So. Boom. I was holding out for a hero. Who knows? Oh my, OMG, you're the victim? I'm not a victim. And I hope that's not the impression I'm giving. I'm trying to be real about the current climate of being a Twitch partner, I guess. Alright, well, I'm done. Thanks for watching my stream. I appreciate that. Thanks everyone who said nice words. Thanks to people who didn't say nice words and instead asked good questions. I will be back tomorrow at 3 p.m.-ish. Thanks for watching. Good night.